As you thinkers. Alright, tell me.
So a lot of these what they call high IQ players are actually pretending. If they can't play a 100-0 combo, they suck ass.
Axe does have a blink dagger, and the charge is going to connect. Does Axe elect to
He's
blink?
clipped the Morphling! He's dead!
He dunks the Morphling again! This Morphling!
He would have had a much closer mid-game, but just having a Necro that's top net worth the entire game and still being down 2k just based off lanes is really rough. Although the one placed by Tiny is less likely to get clipped by a sentry, that goes for the high grounds.
Double damage
yeah,
top, and Huncho is heading for it.
Very meta ward. Yeah. Go in, and they're not respecting the sandstorm, I don't think. If he ever gets there, it's going to just ruin AU Reject's day. They are going to look for the second Roche. I think they will see it spawn here. With the Rubik is the most synonymous combo. The man has like 30,000 matches and like 3,000 of them on Rubik. So I definitely see that.
Up to 20%. And then even if you don't take that absolutely nuts facet, which I think you'd be crazy not to, his other facet, the illusion facet, is also Void alive, or brings him to the fight when he needs it. So I like it. I like the Faceless Void ban, but I am more interested to see what the pick is going to be here, because both of these drafts look good, but goes down, charge through. Looks like Johnny's little tiny Aghanim Spirit is in a whole lot of trouble. He gets to swap off to try and waste as much time as possible, but I think he is going to go down. Tries to back out.
Very early BKB.
Very early BKB. Very
Tiny's caught. Oh my god. Did you see it?
Yeah, Tiny caught by the Spirit.
I do look like an idiot, but it's really hard to predict because they're doing some silly stuff as well.
Yeah, I can't predict it either, so don't you worry.
Yeah, Voca mid, pos one troll. Most people say this matchup is Morphling favored. I think on paper it is strictly a 50-50, and it depends on how the fights start and how the rest of the team interacts with each other. So because
might not see him. No. Boom! The space cow lands on top of it.
He didn't anticipate. He couldn't smell it coming.
Shield rune?
No way. Whenever a player gets arenaed, you'll notice at the top on the screen, they have a red eye symbol showing that they're disconnected in vision from the rest of their team, and they can't be seen.
Hey, so, like, Blink Dagger, me, and his team is here. Out comes the ult. Johnny gets the swap off to try and interrupt that Shadow. Oh, hang on, Shadow Demon is on the sideline. Can he throw anything here? Team AU Rejects looking for the finish.
They're not confident to go for the throne, it seems. Almost a butterfly on the verge, but I don't even think it's gonna
action somewhere. Zeus, with his little Mario jump, is springing away into those trees because all of a sudden the enemy team is on the hunt. There is a charge at the Moon Cow. Vengeance, says Reverie. I want this cow. I can't let...
It's going to be very, very interesting to see what AU Rejects pick here, because they have to lock in a good Morphling counter and something that doesn't get ruined by Shadow Demon. So, what offlaner?
They are doing it. They're managing to
Uh,
hold on to this game.
the lead is slightly worsening, but I got a comment. I did say I think it's a little needs to get the Galepnia early, and he never made it to 4-star. That's just how bad of a game he had, unfortunately. And I honestly do think this game would be completely different if top lane actually went well for the AU rejects.
Now he gets tossed up in front of the tower, and there's a whole lot of damage coming out, but he's fast enough to click onto the creep to stop the tower aggro. Big screen comes out, and the potion saves him. Well played,
Wowie.
Big old juicy.
Gang's favor, because I will say Radiant's buying a couple silly items, if you ask me. Like the Dagon, been practical. This Axe needs a BKB Shiva's refresher. He needs these types of items to.
And there's not enough. The 2 stacks is going to be enough. There we go.
48. Oof.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So just briefly, with Shadow Demon's Promial Gate, it stacks for all damage incoming. Rambe on this Spirit Breaker, just unbelievable performance. It just felt like it was everywhere. 63 Culling Blade stacks, or Code of Blood,
It's
I think
a lot,
it's called
yeah.
now. It's just so much heal, especially with the new facets. Oh my god, they decided to charge in onto Gabala. Gabala might be out of position here. Gets off the scatter shot, but oh, down she goes.
He's just not going to get. If you put the Shadow Demon ulti on the Ursa, you can even get the Ags for a break. The Ursa, the only way he can actually like get the short end of the demonic purge
Is in, Johnny is out, Gachi knows he has to deal with that Shadow Demon and is diving him as hard and fast as he can. Disruption to try and save himself for a second. That BKB is running out, Gachi, and you are deep once again. Tiny from Reverie. The Reverie has not switched to strength. She's taking so much damage, and then there's a big spooky bear. The stun comes out, and they are gonna let him live for now. Swap?
It's a clown
No?
fest.
Swap's
No
on
swap,
cooldown.
5-second cooldown.
The bear is on top of the Shadow Demon, but the bear is also underneath 2 towers, and there's a whole lot of armor there to keep those boys safe. Toss back, and out of position, straight to that Sand King. He's stunned under 2 towers, and he is eliminated. There can be a huge amount of burst coming out from either of these heroes at any moment, so keen to watch this in action.
Another reason you won't see a lot of action in the bottom lane is the
Strong in the meta, or is this just a specialist shutdown? Is this just someone saying, no, we're not going to give you what you're comfortable on. We're going to make you play something that's out of your comfort zone.
I think it could just
Rubik, this damage coming out of Rubik pre 4 minutes is absolutely insane. Good God, it's 1,000 damage. 1,000 damage.
And max limits.
Makes it more interesting for me, makes it more interesting for the people that are out there. And lately there's been a whole bunch of stomps. Last night, obviously, you had that fantastic
Another thing is the Morphling went Linken's to protect himself from the cow charging him globally, but it doesn't protect you from the Axe, who's about to try again.
He's
lining him
Elite Slayer 60, 60, 60, you know? Like, I want really, really creative names. Oh, okay, let me talk. This is the strongest support in all of Dota. Holy, look at these net
But yeah.
worths. So he's finishing on 36. Unreal.
Insane.
Alright, so I know it's hard because it was such a wild game, but looking to get the avalanche, but doesn't quite land because the BKB is on the swap. They deal with the Aegis. Can they kill him again? The rest of his team is there, and that Spirit Breaker is looking for a charge, but he just blinks out immediately. No avalanche.
Very sad. These are big kills. They're feeding like massive streaks. They really need to get serious on the Australian rejects and finish this match.
Oh, Gachi.
Oh, he's on
Jumping on
Morphling?
top of Morphling. Morphling's just going to waveform away. Hold on. Is there a play? The supports are up in 3 or 4 seconds. But Gachi is huge. Has a Lincoln's, has his BKB, and has his Basher. Do they have anything to deal? I'm surprised with how short it was before that Roche went top that they didn't leave it to secure the Ags. They decided that the refresher is
Good
more
call,
impactful.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you just have a support cast a spell on them to save them. With Bloodsport, it completely breaks the vision. So we should get a little visual indicator up the top on our screen with like a eye with a cross through it, showing.
Dota, dude. What an absolutely phenomenal game of Dota. And what a phenomenal co-caster you've been for me as well, White Clint. Huge, big Dota brain in that head of yours, hey?
Thank you for having. Just be because of what the players play here. Like, obviously, you don't see a lot of Axe at Riyadh, but you see a lot of the Willow and the Hoodwink that kind of prevents it, and the Underlord where
It's so
he even got a
satisfying.
Rampage this game.
Yeah.
He got it a Rampage at one point. Like,
Yep. Alright.
insane
Well,
value. Yeah.
Happy Goob absolutely kills it. What a phenomenal game of Dota.
Pit and Slaughter Gang took second pick. Slaughter Gang and second pick Dire again. So again, this should favor the AU rejects for their drafting phase. First ban on the
That no matter what, I'm in this game. We see this the Shadow Fiend be banned out and the Phoenix. A lot of bans.
Very
Those
strong.
two. Yeah, they've been copying a lot of bans there. And then
the upper division is very healthy this season. We actually have 7 teams this time. A lot of them are relatively balanced compared to each other. We don't have like there are maybe like 1 or 2 teams who might end up being the favorites. Invoker was like they saw every mid laner they could put on the Radiant team into it, and they decided Invoker will just win all these matchups, which is kind of rough for a Tiny, unfortunately. Help him. He's just dying to magical damage from the cow. Just another fighter. I feel like this cow could be second highest damage.
The initiation here from AU Rejects is pretty scary. You've got Axe Call. Try and get some damage onto you as well. Miss the Axe Call because of the swap. Beautiful play there from Johnny. And down goes the cow. Okay, they're in action. If they eliminate this cow, they might actually be able to play this fight. Vengeful is running, but the Shadow Demon goes down to the Dagon and the dunk.
Till this part, it is literally an 8 pick in Ridya Masters, and it could even be an 8 pick in Oz as well. But they're just not favoring picking it too early and having 2 bad.
Gives that to Zeus? Yep.
So I think the most important thing to check is to swap to net worths here and look at the net worth here.
Oh, hang on, Gavala
Zeus is winning.
has been found by the Morphling, but he is pretty thick. Looks like he's just... The rune does spawn on top of the Tiny. He's got it. Does he try and dodge the EMP with the illusion rune? He doesn't, but he might get the kill onto the Spirit Breaker. But here comes Mars. Absolutely pins that eye to the wall and says, no, you're not going to help this Tiny go anywhere. Wait. All over this map, Morphling goes down to the Axe.
What the... All of
Wow.
And they're going on to the Tiny.
Tiny
Bottom, they're just
out of
diving.
his... By the way.
Oh, I've been disconnected.
Oh, looks like they're doing what they can to get on top of Johnny once again. Johnny running as fast as he can, and they do manage to get him. Huncho pops the ult and jumps in, but that damage just doesn't seem to matter.
Right. But yeah, it's super exciting.
I'm worried though, because part of the reason this Sand King is like seeing play once again after such a long period of just being in the Venture to the
Ben
back.
died bottom. Oh,
Yep.
so this is not the worst movement around the map. I mean, we're just waiting for.
Cast with me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave it there
Oh,
for tonight. Thank you everyone who hung out in the stream tonight. You are all absolute cuties. I really appreciate you, and I can't stream unless you guys are here watching me. Oh,
Morphling 1. There it is. Yeah.
I was
That's
gonna
another
say,
Reverie hero. He's can
people
1v9 on this shit.
people take this Shadow Demon, they often put it as a pos 4 because of its ability to stack, right? It can stack both of the angels. They play safely. It's going to be hard to kill that Necro. Mars has so much HP, so positionally, as long as they play well, can't see a lot going on down here. But
I
this
wouldn't
mid
expect
lane,
much to happen.
this mid lane,
I haven't seen a Shadow Demon very much. I do think it's one of the. I think it's like a timeless hero. If I had to
it's just so
put
good.
it down.
It just does so
Yeah.
much. It does so much. One of the biggest ball plays I've seen, but it might just save. No, it does not save the snap, but then the Avalanche comes out on top of that Invoker, and Invoker is absolutely annihilated. Power shot out to stop the blinks. They've got a few seconds. Avalanche.
So it doesn't actually count as a death. It just gives the gold to Huncho. And a
Gachi is sprinting in. Prays on the sideline to try and interrupt him as he goes in, but there is the chance if he gets the space he's been having.
If he can make a play off a Naked Radiance, yeah, but you still gotta respect the fact that he only has 1,000 health.
Oh, power shot just misses. Oh, it was so.
Until the Sand King whips out a Blink Dagger, which he is pretty farmed as well. Top 3 net worth, only 300 behind.
Raccoon's having a really cool.
Yeah,
you know,
that's it. If they lost to it, they'd ban it. You're right, 100%.
100%. They might think, you know what, we can deal with it. It didn't cause us any troubles last time. All the IO was a ball to be thrown around by the Tiny. They'd be wrong. The IO had a huge impact.
It's away from him because the Voka doesn't even need them, I don't think. Lag. I have. Ooh.
Don't stress. I'll let you know what's going on. One thing I was going to say though is that the Dota, and in my opinion, possibly the best hero in all of Dota. This hero does so much. Okay, first of all, the illusion damage buffed. Phenomenal. We already knew
having me on. I appreciate it. It's an amazing series to watch. I was going to watch it anyway, and I'm glad we could have a really fun time while watching it, because my god, they put on a show game 2. Game 1 was a bit of a...
Okay.
I don't like that. I really don't like that.
Tell me why.
Okay, so this Wind Ranger
What's wrong with me? Why can't I feel?
Played a lot a month ago, and then it fell off a cliff.
Another huge Mars ult, and that IO is just gone. Down goes Gabala as well. Troll on the edge, wants to go in on the Tiny, but Tiny gets the blink off. Now that Troll ult is down. He is still forced to just run at that. Yeah.
But yeah, Gooby's just getting unpunished, playing in their jungle, and he's queued up a Dagon of all things. This is going to be great to see. It's going to be clowny as shit.
Hey, I'll say this. Reverie's been dunked what? You'd pop the Lincolns, but that bear is still running at you, and out comes Tombstone, which is going to give him the vision he needs. Abyssal Blade keeps you in place for just a second, and Huncho, ooh, you need to be careful, mate. He's invisible.
Crappy lane with the rotations, like being 2-0-1. He's not like tanking deaths randomly. It's pretty happy. It's all going to be up to Ken Gachi. Like, honestly, can he get his shard and can he get in and not double?
They're thinking about the double rampage. Do they want Reverie? Are they going to hunt him? Gachi's in, doing what he can, but he's taking a whole bunch of damage from that fountain. They still haven't secured the racks. He's about to take a whole lot of damage. There he goes.
Went
down. One hit.
Yeah, I think he overstayed welcome there, definitely. And he didn't even deny the bounty room.
They feed the Benji to the bear, too.
Sorry, what?
They feed...
That's got it. That's a 3... I think that's actually the 3k gold lead, is actually just from those kills. Systematically eliminated across the map. That is insane.
Yeah.
Been so long between lanes. he doesn't actually like. He can just charge through a wave and it's pushed, and then from there he can place a deep ward that you're not expecting because he's so stupidly. It wasn't that fight, but it was actually the fight before where, yet again, Reverie was randomly... Like, they were trying to randomly go on Reverie as they were going on mid, and there was 2 fights happening for, like, the 30th time this match, where people are just like...
Ooh.
This is some good Dota, hey. This is what I was hoping for from one of these games.
This is what you were telling me was going to happen. After the first game, I was...
Troll getting a full ulti off because Scythe was on cooldown for 10 seconds. They just didn't have the... They didn't have the way to 100-0 him. Does counter the Axe's ability to like backlane like this, so I'm not sure why he was trying to do that. If you get put on the ball once, you lose the entire creep wave aggro, and there's like, I don't know. Is they'll lock it in with their last pick, and they'll obviously ban out all the cheese. So Huskar's already out of the pool. Slaughter Gang are taking away all the tempo, so there goes Storm Spirit, actual defensive item now. So it's going to get a lot harder to kill him after that. You know.
Now,
He's
what I will
still using
say
the travels to farm efficiently.
is Dyer had some really, really good vision in this early game. I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was scouting.
Okay. Oh no, sorry, Gachi's on the... Wait, what? Gachi's on the Necro? What position are they playing?
Raccoon picks up the Windy. Okay, look at this mess. Now the supports are here to back him up. Is there anything here that they can find some traction on? The ult goes out onto the Undying, and that is a lot of damage coming out from Johnny, and down goes the Undying. Hey, Undying... coming back to lane, just, you know, doing tiny things. I'm gonna come back, hit a few creep, and the moment he arrives, he is EMP'd and completely ran out of mana, which must be the most frustrating thing in the world. Huncho's up here having a look at space. Cal, keep diving. No.
It nullifies a lot of the damage of the Ursa, but the Zeus still put him down to like half there. See, facet. Basically, as he gets more and more kills with his Sadist, because obviously you get 1 stack every time you kill a creep, and you get, is it 6 from a hero? And currently think twice about picking this IO. I would expect the... Sorry, they're going to think twice about picking the Necro. The IO will likely get banned by Dyer next game. Like, he did so much at the start of the game.
Also, just shout out to my chat. It is pronounced Lalul. There's 2 L's, okay? So it's
I thought it was Laurel.
No, it is Lal. That Necro might be in a little bit of trouble. His team is coming. Can Io get him out? Will Io try and get him out? Are they going to try and take this fight? The Avalanche toss comes out. Another huge Mars ult. Their whole team is caught inside it. And just like that, we've lost the... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Bubs cast. There's been a whole lot of them lately, and tonight I just couldn't miss this game. How is it just going to... Here's a question. You're talking about finding an answer for the Morphling as a core. But I've seen Undying played as a 3, and I've seen Spirit Breaker played as a 3. Not sure at this stage of the game. Gabala is trying to get away from Reverie. Reverie putting the damage down, but not quite enough. Axe is able to walk away here, and it looks like it turns into a tier 3 bit of nothing. The tiny toss back. Oh god, he has some HP. Huncho, you need to be careful because Zeus is looking at the sidelines and you are gone, mate. Wow, in comes the cleanup. Garbage hero in the patch. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not seeing it anywhere on Dota Pro Tracker, and yet it's in all the games that I'm casting. Why? Why does this hero keep getting picked up?
It depends on... First of all, you need a Rubik.
Morphling's porting in.
Oh my.
They don't have vision of the axe yet, but if he's not careful, they're about to. Reverie looking, the Sand King's with him, swap in onto Gabala, they decide to try and deal with the axe first. Johnny trying to keep Ursa busy, but Gabala has decided he's just going to play forward as Gachi is running to that Shadow Demon, and the Shadow Demon is dead without buyback. Johnny doing what he can to fight this. Like Slaughter Gang did, or are you going to come up with another wild pick that's a little bit unpredictable, a little bit spicy?
So I think both teams are going to mix up the drafting here. I guess which heroes can't be seen by their allies. But basically, if you're in the arena, you can only see in the arena. If you're outside the arena, you can't see in. It's like an impassable barrier kind of thing. You can play
Now,
some observer.
can I just point out?
Guarantee you is watching just about every game of Riyadh in some way, shape, or form, and we're all definitely taking like our lessons from that. What we can use, what we can't use, what we cheese strats we can learn, stuff like that. You know.
These guys maybe in the finals, and you are unlucky enough to not make it to the finals, which I think is very
Hey,
unlikely.
hey,
I've
hey.
seen your gyro. Your gyro is going to rip all the way to the finals. But if you're not,
Hopefully, yeah.
and these guys make it, maybe I'll hit you up again to.
Execution on Slaughter Gang to wait out the Aegis, it just didn't matter. He got like no value out of his Aegis, no regen, but it's just too much. They're too far in the hole, I think, at this point. Unfortunately,
When did last?
no bash.
Hang on. I thought this game was looking like it was going to wrap up very shortly, but Slaughter Gang are caught the Morphling alive. But what's the point of saving your Morphling if it doesn't have any farm? Like, if it's not getting back into these games? Huge performance from Prey. They're absolutely whiffing it because of the pressure. But then when it's time to shine, some of them are making some of the 6 plays I've seen in a while too. It's such a good game with Dota. I love Dota that much, I forgot. Oh, they're looking. They're looking. Axe is here, gets the blink call once again, throws the Dagon out and drops the...
They will just be doing some kind of counter